Hello, Khadija. It
Hello,
took me
Akshet.
it took me a while to learn how to pronounce your name. I hope I did justice to it. And thank you for your time. Thank you for accepting the invite. It's great to have you here. And I would request you to please introduce yourself for our audience.
Okay, so it's my pleasure to be here. My name is Khadijetou, and I'm from Mauritania, but currently I'm studying in Tunisia
Okay.
as a mechatronical engineering.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what was your background like? What did you study up until your bachelor's? What did you do?
Initially, I was a medical student,
Okay.
and I just realized after 2 years that it wasn't for me. So I was in Mali. I don't know if you know the country. And
I
after that, I decided to came to Tunisia to continue my studying. And I just finished my preparatory classes, and so I am in my first year on mechatronical engineering.
okay. So how did you realize that you don't want to do medical and you want to do robotics or mechatronics instead?
I I I think that just I was just afraid to choose my own field, and I have my mom who was really interested on medicine and the scientific subject. And when I have my degree, I think they proposed me to go in the Mali and to continue as a medical student, and I said yes.
Okay.
And when I was in Mali, the situation has was just very difficult for me. I don't know. I was just studying, and but I didn't like what I was studying. And when I returned to Mauritania, I told to my mom that that I want to travel to another country and reorient myself. And she told me, okay, as you want.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
inspiring.
yeah.
And how do you like your course as of now? What do you study? I think you're in a second year or first year.
My first year, that my third year,
Okay.
I because in our system we do 2 years of preparatory classes.
Okay.
Then you decide to specialize yourself on a field.
Okay.
So I remember when I came to Tunisia, I didn't know even what I want exactly to do. I know just that I was interested on computers and electronical things. Then I decided to do the preparatory class because that made me have a choice and to have 2 years again to the time to choose my what I want to do exactly. And there was a welcome week in our university. I remember in my first day, and I saw many students exposing their clubs, showcasing their project, and there was. I remember then I saw the small robot they were building, and it was very interesting and fascinating me. Then I decided to learn more about robotics, and I remember I asked them a lot of questions that day, and I decided to join the club to learn more about robotics, electronics, and yeah.
Okay. So you got to know about robotics through your welcome week. Is
Welcome
that
week. Yeah,
okay?
that was my first time seeing a robot in front of me.
Wow.
I even
That's
don't
great.
know how it's work. I just heard that yeah, we have a field called robotic, but really, yeah,
Okay.
I didn't have any interest.
I understand. So how did you
Yeah.
choose your, domain of study?
Here in Tunisia, when I joined the club, I really liked because in our club we worked on two projects: the all-terrain robot and the follower line robot.
Okay.
So in my beginning, I remember I read just a lot of books and I watched many tutorials. And when I asked to my university if I can do a robotic field,
Uh-huh.
they yes, but in Tunisia we don't have a robotic field,
Okay.
and they told me to be robotics student, you must choose a mechatronical or electrical. That's all we have. So I
Got it.
decided to be a mechatronical student and to work on my project at home and in my clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have also pursued mechatronics engineering, so I could relate. And
Good.
I think we are going to discuss a very fascinating, interesting project of yours. And would you like to
Yeah.
just talk about what it is and how you got that idea? What motivated you to do that?
Yeah. This I have just one project to share. In our clubs, we works on a follower lines robot, and here are my conception. This is my last project. We have here where I want just to mention that we try to participate in every competition here in Tunisia. We have every week a competition, a national competition.
Okay.
And here exactly we have my follower line robots. We have our driver and the motors. And also we use our sensor, a key-to-air sensor, who can make a difference between the light line and the dark line. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So did you design this entire chassis by
Yeah,
yourself?
I designed it. Yeah, in solid.
SolidWorks.
Yeah,
We talked about your project, which was a line follower robot.
yeah.
What kind of sensor did you use for that?
A key-to-air sensor,
Okay.
the Polulu.
What does it do?
Um, we have our map in every competition. We have our map, and we have a dark line and a light line. The work
Okay.
of robot is just to the robot must can be different. Yes, the line and the dark line.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the robot has to follow it.
yeah.
And is it like timed? Is it like a race or how is it?
Not a race. The objective, it depends on a competition because in every competition has their own specific specification. So sometimes you have just to finish the map.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. How do you come across these competitions? And I don't know a lot about these competitions, so can you talk a bit more about them?
In Tunisia, we have in every school they have a clubs and every school program a competition in every week. For
Okay,
example, in our university, we program our competition in January
okay,
every year, and that's why we have a lot of university who program their robotic competition. We have all-terrain competition and the follower line competition. We participate also on some international competition like a robot. I don't know how you if you know it.
I'm not sure, but you can tell a bit
Yeah,
more about it.
yeah. We they work on the autonomous robot,
Okay,
and the first part is here in Tunisia, and after the first competition, the student must go in the France
okay,
to continue. Yeah,
okay, got it. Thank you for sharing that. And I think you also have a few other projects, so do you want to talk about that?
yeah. I have the last year I worked also in a patrol robot,
Okay,
and I used the USB cam to do the surveillance, and um, it was just an autonomous robot who can send us databases,
okay,
data in our databases, and we can control the robot, and we can also manage the power,
okay.
and that's
And is there something else that you worked on apart from these? I think you also mentioned to me offline that you worked on a Raspberry Pi project.
yeah. I worked on the Raspberry Pi project in my during my internship.
Okay,
I worked on a 3D printer, and
okay,
my works was just to I remember when I go there, I didn't know even how to use it, but um, My work was just to control the 3D printer and to
It's okay. You had to control the distance of the 3D printing, I think.
how to the on off.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you
because
programmed a Raspberry Pi for it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So how did you learn all these skills? How did you learn Python programming or working with Raspberry Pi or Arduino? How did you do that?
Um, in our school, we learn a little bit how to program in Python, like algorithmics and Python, C++. But I had also to read many books. Like there is a books like how to program in C++, how to know algorithmics and the coding in general.
Okay. So you read
Yeah.
books and you just explore on your
Yeah,
own.
I read books and I tried also. I remember to buy some sensors like just a DHT sensors
Hmm.
and to know just how to program it and the ultrasonic sensors. I had just to buy a lot of sensors and I learned about them sensors. Then
Okay.
I start to program it. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. That's a good approach. That's how
yeah,
you basically learn. You
yeah,
do something with your own hands and keep exploring, keep learning, keep reading.
yeah.
And just going back to your robots, was it a team project or it was an individual project?
It was an individual project, but in my follower, no, in my patrol robot, I had a team. Yeah,
Okay.
because in our university, in every year we have a project to finish, and I was with my friends.
Okay.
Yeah,
And did you have any mentors that helped you do this?
yeah. I have just two seniors
Okay.
in my university who guide me sometimes and help me a lot.
And you do you not take advices or suggestions from your teachers or professors at a university?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
It's difficult because here in Tunisia, the problem is we don't have the same programs. Here, when you are in a preparatory school, they always told you why you are using Raspberry Pi, why are you learning Arduinos. It's so they tell you that you don't have the degree of that.
Okay.
We are so limited.
Limited.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we are so limited. That's why in I remember the last year when I tell to my teacher that I want to do a patrol robot, they told me, "Why are you doing that? You don't have a degree. Wait after 2 years, after 3 years." But I don't want to wait. I just want to learn now because I have that. I know that I can learn now, and I take a lot of time to learn how to use sensors, how to code, how to program in Arduino. That's why now I think I'm ready to work on that.
That's amazing because despite somebody telling you you can't do something, you still figure out
Yeah,
a way to do it, and it's the inner motivation, inner drive that
yeah.
teaches you a lot of things. So kudos for that. It's really good that you did that.
Okay.
While working on these projects, what are the major challenges that you face? Is it hardware related or software related, or is it working in a team, or what kind of challenges do you face?
I think the both working as a team because it's my first time. I remember when I started to work with my friends. Um, he told me that I was a difficult person because um, when we have to make a decision, I want always that I want always to have the last. I don't know how to say
The
it.
decision. Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And I don't trust easily.
Okay.
That's why I take a lot of job for me,
Okay.
and them, I told them just to show me work.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So you
But
do a lot
now,
of work and you take on responsibilities
yeah,
because you
yeah,
don't trust or don't trust them enough.
yeah. That was the
Okay.
major problem. And the second problem was just that I didn't know what I do. Because I remember when I decided to do a patrol robot, I knowing that I have to use a USB, I have to use a Raspberry Pi.
Hmm.
All I know that just I can use Arduino, but the USB cam, the Raspberry Pi, even the university didn't push me to do the project though. So I have just one seniors who helped me a lot and who
Okay.
motivate me to do it. And that was very difficult for me to learn. And I take a lot of time to read books to know how to program a Raspberry Pi. And I try to program some sensors with a Raspberry Pi because I can't do just a project like that. I have to learn how to program Raspberry Pi, how it's work, how to manage the power, how we have a lot of things to do before using a microcontroller.
I understand. So you have
Yeah,
to learn all of this by yourself.
yeah, and that was very difficult because we have just 5 months to do the project, and I remember it takes me 2 months to learn how to work on it, how
Okay.
to work on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you had 5 months and you spent 2 months just learning about
yeah,
everything.
and the last 3 months, I yeah, we made the conception. We also learn how to use the USB camera, and it was also very difficult for us because um, I don't know. We have a lot of defense components.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have uh, a lot of components in it here in Tunisia. So in every specification, we have to comment it.
Okay.
We don't have a component here.
Okay.
For example, it was very I don't know how to explain.
That's okay. That's okay. It's pretty
Mm.
much understood. So during, learning about how to learn a particular skill or how to work with Arduino or Raspberry Pi, did you ever face that you want to just give up and you can't do it anymore? Did you ever face that?
No,
Okay.
really no. But I think when you reorient yourself, you don't have to give up. I just know that I told my parent that I want to do this one, so I have. But I remember that it was difficult for me to don't have any to don't have someone who helps me really and to guide me. That was just difficult for me, but I'm always working on that. I
Okay.
didn't stop.
So how do you reach out to people? Do you like use LinkedIn a lot? Get a lot of help online? How do you ask for help?
I have, as I said, that I have my senior
Mm-hmm.
who are not here currently, and sometimes I have just to call him and to tell him what was my problem because he is really busy,
Okay.
and sometimes he had to help me when I am really blocked, but the rest we have just to, yeah.
Okay.
And we have no many tutorials that's really helped me because, for example, that if I blocked in this one, I know just that if I go on YouTube, you have ChatGPT, we have Google, so
Yeah.
that's why,
Okay.
yeah,
So you are pretty much self-reliant.
yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. So what advice would you give to someone who is just struggling or is stuck somewhere or wants to give up now?
Just to remember why they started, just start,
That is
yeah,
excellent advice. I like that.
yeah.
And what's your next plan? What are you going to do next? Are you going to study or are you going to like work or? pursue PhD, do research? What's next for you?
For now, I'm studying, so I think just higher education. But I think I would like to build my startup in my country because in Mauritania, we don't talk about robot. We even don't know how it's work, and our technology is not very advanced.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
want to do something of your own.
yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So I I think we are at the end of the discussion, and it was great talking to you. Getting to know about your drive and your passion is will be very inspiring to a lot of people. And thank you for sharing all the stories with us.
Thank you.
And wishing you the best for your future. And
Thank
once
you.
again, thank you for your time.
Thank you.